Well, I was gonna be done with talking about Dispatch for a while because get back to Avatar content, but there has been way too many comments on Dispatch and Blonde Blazer and Invisigala and all that stuff. Let me make it clear: people don't know what the Blonde Blazer Glazer is. Whenever I tell somebody that they are a Blonde Blazer Glazer, that means that they 100% do not like Invisigal or just straight up says, "I hate her," and think that Blonde Blazer is untouchable. Not that you prefer Blonde Blazer over Invisigal. That doesn't make you a Blonde Blazer Glazer. It's just like, okay, you got a preference, and it makes sense. She's a great character as well. But to act like she had no faults whatsoever, and that Invisigal is just a villain, just day one, she's always been a villain. She had never even attempted to be a hero whatsoever. Stop it. Now that's what Blonde Blazer Glazer is. Now that we got that cleared up. So if y'all very consistent on my channel in regards to when I talked about Dispatch, and I made multiple videos in a row. Y'all notice how in those videos I didn't once mention, Invisigal's sex appeal. I kept saying multiple reasons on why it makes sense that she did the decisions that she made that was in line to the character. And also on how it doesn't make sense to cut her from the Z team, and how also it's important that you should be a mentor to her. You don't have to be a love interest to her. I even said that in multiple videos. You don't have to romance her. You could just be a mentor to her. And that her turning into a villain is the bad ending. Her killing Shroud and you not having the option, that's not supposed to happen. Y'all know that, right? But for some reason, when I praise Invisigal or her character development and all the reasons why it doesn't make sense to cut her from the team, people assume because of sex appeal, which that wasn't mentioned one time in those multiple videos. No, no, no. Let's double down on the Z team for a quick second in regards to people thinking it's okay to kick out Invisigal. First things first, it does make sense why they are sorely upset at Invisigal because Chase's life was put at danger. And it wasn't her fault because she didn't tell Chase that she was going to said place. Chase made that decision to go save her. He made the choice to use his powers to go save her. Because people are forgetting the story where Chase was talking junk to Invisigal and she went to go try to prove him wrong without telling no one. Because if Robert computer wasn't still plugged in, Invisigal would have died that day. And nobody would have knew about it. So where's this narrative where they're saying like, oh, she forced Chase, she forced so and so. Nobody else knew about it. And that was a solo risk Invisigal was taking on her own, not with the team. Now, was it stupid that Invisigal went on her own to retrieve the Astral Pulse? Yes. Nobody's denying that. That was incredibly stupid that she went on her own. Now, did she force Chase to use his powers? No. No, she didn't even know Chase was coming to save her. That's why in the locker room scene, if you pick one of the choices for Robert to say to Invisigal, he even says, you didn't expect how far Chase would go in order to save you. Nobody expected that. But for her making a mistake by going on her own to retrieve an Astral Pulse for a friend, it's not even a assigned job. It's not even a Team Z assigned job. It is literally just an errand for a friend that she helped look up to find. That she risked her life to find without telling no one, mind you. Which she had good intentions to make it up to Robert for her past. But because of that one mistake where she's trying to help out the one person that believes in her, everybody want to act like she's so evil. And what blows my mind is people think Invisigal is so bad. Like, you would have thought she created the most heinous crimes imaginable. No, I mean literally, like, read this comment. They are acting like she is the most diabolical villain to ever exist that's not redeemable whatsoever. That's what I mean by a blonde blazer glazer, where they just act like Invisigal was a problem to begin with. She was never changeable. She never even attempted to do good whatsoever. It's just like, bro, what? Not cutting Invisigal is not even favoritism. And it sure as heck isn't like her dodging accountability because y'all can lecture and talk to her about it later. Oh, wait, that's kind of what you did in the locker room scene where you literally talked to her. But people act like Invisigal is so freaking evil, it doesn't make sense. You literally have an assassin and murderer, and Flambe, if you tell him that you're Mecha Man, who literally attempts to murder you, and a literal demon that casually SA you when you're in your underwear. But she's evil? Oh yeah, and another reason why it doesn't make sense to cut Invisigal, which a lot of blonde blazer glazers forget. And like I said before, a blonde blazer glazer doesn't mean that you prefer blonde blazer over Invisigal. That means that a blonde blazer glazer is someone that thinks and literally blonde blazer is perfect. She has no flaws whatsoever, and think that Invisigal is incapable of good. The main thing people forget is Robert only wanted to talk to Team Z. He only wanted to talk to them and show that, hey, I can be a good leader to y'all. Blonde Blazer is the one that came up out of nowhere after her breakup, her fresh breakup, and decided to tell Team Z without telling anything to Robert that, hey, somebody's getting cut today. Better not be last on the leaderboard. Causing the team of villains to go into panic and sabotage each other. So the whole scenario of cutting somebody for less, that wasn't even Robert's idea. Like I understand Chase being in the hospital is a very emotional thing for Team Z. But to cut Invisigal for going after the Astral Pulse when that was the only opportunity that they had to get said Astral Pulse, like stop it. And Team Z's reason that they want to cut her, if I was Golem, I would have punted everybody out that door. Like people are forgetting what Team Z was originally made for, because I think it was Prism that said, "Oh, I like her, but she has destroyed everything that we built for in regards to this." I'm like, whoa, whoa. Team Z was originally built to be villains turned into heroes. What does the Astral Pulse have to do with any of that? Y'all were just being friends to Robert and was literally just trying to help him out. That's it. It wasn't an SDN assignment whatsoever. So being detrimental to the team, that argument doesn't make sense. Like people forget it wasn't an assigned mission. And that's another reason why I like Flambe. W accountability, because he see everybody in the dispatch room being hypocrites. He like, yo, I literally almost killed Robert and y'all let me stay. What do I have any room to talk in regards to Invisigal? Invisigal put her life on the line for Robert with good intentions. And she was right that that was the only night that they had to go get it. And like I said before, it wasn't an SDN assigned mission. It was literally just a favor. That the team literally went over to his house, helped him look for the Astral Pulse, and was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And she went against orders and said, okay, we have to go now. And she went on her own without telling no one. It's like losing your phone, your coworkers are helping you find it, and that one coworker goes into a dangerous area to go find it for you to make up for something that they did in the past to you. If somebody close to you go help them and get hurt in the process, now everybody want to fire them? And I don't know why people are so confused, but yeah, she worked for Shroud. And this moment right here where she planted the bomb on Mega Man was the last time she worked for Shroud. She didn't work for Shroud no more. Like I said in my dispatch episode 7 and 8 predictions, was that Invisigal, she pocketed the Astral Pulse and didn't have it in the suitcase whatsoever. I called it. I knew that was going to happen because she's a freaking top tier thief. Why would she keep it in the suitcase where it could be obviously taken while people are trying to kill her outside of the door? And another thing I also called was that everybody in Team Z was going to turn their back on her. Because I called it because that's in line with her character and what I expected Team Z to react. But when Robert found out Invisigal still had the Astral Pulse, he honestly shouldn't be surprised. The only thing he should be surprised about is like, why didn't she tell me? That's it. But what really blows my mind is people are so upset that she didn't tell Robert about the Astral Pulse. Yeah, in order to protect him. That makes sense for her character. Why would she tell or said give the Astral Pulse to the one person that truly believes in her, that she knows how a villain thinks? She like, okay, I know what Shroud would do because I used to work for him. And Shroud would have came to SDN where Robert was at, like he did in the finale, and most likely would have got the drop on them, a clean surprise attack. And most likely would have killed Robert in the process because they would not have seen any of that mess coming. Because if you cut Sonar or Coop, they go to work for Shroud, and Visigal didn't know one of them was working for Shroud at the moment. So Shroud would have knew exactly where Robert was at, and it would have been game over. So her not telling Robert, it kind of wasn't all bad. And we know that Shroud would definitely kill Robert for that Astral Pulse.